The overt stories of our parsha are quite famous and well studied. The death of Sarah Imeinu, Chazal connecting it with Akedas Yitzchak, Avram purchasing the Maras Hamachpelah, Eliezer being sent to find a wife for Yitzchak, the dramatic test that he used to determine who was the appropriate woman, and finally, the death of Avram Avinu. So much there. And yet, it could be that this, as important as those stories are, the subtle message of what our parsha is about is sometimes lost. It seems to be the passing of the torch, of Avos, of being an Av, from Avraham to Yitzchak. Beginning with the death of his mother, and Avram setting the stage for her burial and then his own, trying to find that wife, and ultimately the passing of Avraham, Yitzchak finally takes center stage. But the amount that the Torah tells us about Yitzchak is minimal. And contrasting with Avraham and Yaakov, leaves us wondering what was Yitzchak's contribution to Klal Yisrael. The most momentous act of his life, Akedas Yitzchak, is considered a test of Avraham, not Yitzchak. He doesn't even travel on his own to find his wife. He tries to give brachos to his children, and they don't go quite right in next week's parsha. His difficulties with Avimelech, taking Rivka, digging wells. The most sublimely spiritual moment we know of it, perhaps, is the mincha that he davens as Rivka approaches. What's the unique contribution of Yitzchak to us, to Klal Yisrael? And perhaps the clue in unraveling the mystery lies in what the Torah does tell us. The story of Avimelech and Parshas Toldos is almost an instant replay of Avraham with Paro and also with Avimelech. The wife is a sister, subsequently taken by the king, and even the wells that are dug are not his own new wells, but he redug the wells of his father of Avraham. The Torah seems to be revealing that Avram was the one with the midah of chesed, expansiveness. He was the trailblazer, the one with the exciting new horizons that he was trying to conquer. But not Yitzchak. Yitzchak is the midah of gvura, a strength of being more introverted, of constriction. His role is not to blaze a new path, but to adhere to and to strengthen that of his father. And that is not necessarily an easy task. When things are new and exciting, there's a magical energy that infuses everything that we do. There's a push to be able to do more. Human nature is such that things become old and stale, and we're looking often for new and exciting things. And our commitment to what was tends to wane. We become complacent and sometimes lose sight of the bigger picture of what's important in our lives. Yitzchak tried to preserve and strengthen that which his father did. He redug the same wells. He followed his path and he improved it. He added a tefillah. He wasn't the first to formalize a tefillah, but he added a short tefillah, a mincha. How does one develop this quality to be satisfied and enjoy the moment, even without the excitement and fanfare of something that's brand new? And I think that maybe Yitzchak learned it from Sarah. Rashi tells us in the first pasuk in the parsha that the Torah equates all of the years of Sarah's life to teach us that Kulan Shavin Latova, that they were all equally good. All the same. But really, is it true? She had plenty of difficulties. Paro, Avimelech, Hagar, infertility, Ishmael, and more. Kulan Shavin Latova. What's the Torah telling us? What are Chazal telling us? The Chidor writes that the key to Sarah's vision lies with the word Vayihiyu. In Hebrew, it's a palindrome. It's read the same way backwards and forwards, and he explains that whether life was going in the right direction, forwards, or in the wrong direction, backwards, it did not change her overall perspective, that life is good. She counted her blessings. She knew that everything comes from the Ribono Shel Olam. She had tremendous emunah, tremendous faith. Yitzchak saw his mother's ability to live in the moment and not to chase happiness in something new, and he perfected that midah of gevura. That's the midah of Yitzchak. That's the midah to emulate. That there are some times when life becomes a little bit stale. We get tired, we're looking for something new. But it's more important to strengthen that which we have, the mitzvahs that we're doing, the commitments that we have before moving forward to new things, is to try and understand that Kulan Shavin Latova, these all come from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. These are our opportunities. And when we have that perspective, when we see the goodness, when we see the reality, when we see the gift of our Torah and our mitzvahs, then we can hone in, not just on the midah of Avram, but this midah of Yitzchak as well, to solidify that which we are doing, and then like Avram, eventually be able to move forward, but not always looking for something new at the expense of that which comes before it. That's this balance that we have to achieve. That's perhaps the balance that Yaakov Avinu, the Tiferes, the balance of the Chesed and the Gevurah of Yitzchak was able to achieve, and that's a perspective that we can take into our avodas Hashem, our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to strengthen the old, look forward to the new, and ultimately find that the path that we have will be Ma'aseh Avos Sim Labanim, will be that Avram and Yitzchak and Yaakov were able to forge for us and allow us to continue to develop in our closeness to Hashem.